So you're sending hundreds of DMs a day, you can't get any replies, and if you do get replies, it's probably a model swearing at you, cursing you out, saying that you're a scam. And you're probably outreaching on an agency page and having no luck because you've bought some outdated course or material that tells you to create an agency page, or buy a babe page and transform it into an agency page and buy followers, blah, blah, blah. Stop. Just fucking stop, right? Agency pages in 2024, if you're using an agency page to do outreach, stop. No agency pages in 2024, right? Stop. Now, in this one today, right, I'm going to go over how you actually get replies using what I call the 3-step conversational flow, right? The 3-step conversational flow, right? The 3SCF method, right? And I'm going to go in depth on how you can actually, the framework you need to actually conduct outreach. Now, before you conduct cold outreach, because cold outreach does still work, and it can be pretty effective if you have the right systems in place, if you're doing enough numbers. But firstly, if you're probably sending over more than 50 DMs on one Instagram account, you're probably going straight to their spam and getting flagged, especially with new Instagram's updates, and especially if you've got a bunch of fake followers and a bunch of bots and a bunch of like fake engagement and all this sort of stuff. You're 100% go into the spam folder or getting flagged as spam, and Instagram's not even showing you the DM. And so if you're sending hundreds of outreaches a day on Instagram, it's not going to work, right? And so firstly, let's just talk about the main key thing to get responses when it comes to outreach is going to be profile optimization. I don't mean profile optimization on an agency page. I mean personal brand, right? You need to work on your attractive character. You need to create a mass movement. If you want to learn more about creating an attractive character, building a personal brand, and creating a mass movement so you can get way more responses, then join our paid Skool community, which is $97 a month, which I'll link below in the description. Tons of resources in there, in-depth breakdowns, case studies, chat-in systems and flow and math. Like, it's just crazy. There's like $25,000 worth of value in there, and it's $97 a month because we're trying to win the Skool game. So we're just giving away all our value because we purely want to meet Hamosi and get his advice on how he would run and scale an FM agency, and then give it away to you guys. So I think that would be invaluable. So go and join the paid community because there's a lot more of what I'm about to speak about today in that community. And so yeah, I'm pushing it in every single video because I want you to join because the value is insane. And I wouldn't push it to you if it wasn't valuable. Right. So now, outreach, right? A couple things that you need to know, right? When doing outreach, and the key part of the 3SCF method, the 3-step conversational flow method, is you need to know the inefficiencies that your market segment is dealing with, right? So let's just say this, right? Let's just say that the market segment that you're targeting and going after is going to be models that are between 0 to 10K a month, right? Let's just say that's the market segment that you're going after. Models making 0 to 10K a month. If you're going after that specific market segment because that market segment gets the biggest benefit and the biggest ROI from your service, and they're also easy to find, great, but you need to know that the inefficiencies that this market segment's dealing with. So the inefficiencies that this market segment is dealing with is going to be different than the inefficiencies that this market segment is working with, right? So we've got 50K a month to 100K a month, completely different inefficiencies in comparison to this market segment, right? Now, I'd highly recommend going after this market segment because they're easier to find. They're going to get a bigger benefit from your service. You're going to be able to get bigger percentage splits, like 50, 60, 70%, and you're going to make more money. They're going to make more money. They're easier to find, and it's just going to be way more beneficial, right? So let's talk about this market segment, and let's not even worry about this because a lot of people think that they want to sign models that are making 20 grand a month, 40 grand a month, but you don't have the systems or infrastructures or team to actually be able to support growth at a model of that level. So let's focus on this market segment, right? What are the inefficiencies that this type of market segment would be dealing with, right? Inefficiencies would be stuff like, at this stage, let's just take a model, right? You're speaking to a model who's making 5 grand a month, right? she's probably either potentially has no idea what she's doing with chatting, right? Chatting is probably going to be a massive inefficiency, right? Because she's making $5,000 a month, and if she's got there on her own, then she's probably been chatting herself, probably just sending a PPV every now and again, probably deciding when she wants to chat. And so you could probably instantly go in there and 2 to 3x her chatting straight away, if not more, right? Depending. And so like you can get a minimum 2 to 3x the chatting. And so that's an inefficiency that she's dealing with. So when doing outreach, you want to find out these inefficiencies. But before we get into inefficiencies, there's the main framework of stuff you need to know is how to create social context and familiarity. That's going to be in your opening messages when you're building rapport, right? How do you create context, social context and familiarity when reaching out? Don't just send the same opener to everyone. That's a mistake, right? Now, the next part is going to be educating them. The next part is going to be, once you've created that social context and you've created that familiarity, how do you bring out the inefficiencies in the conversation? How do you bring this out? If she's having an issue with chatting, because you want to list out all the inefficiencies that this market segment could deal with, right? I'm talking traffic, content, guidance, chatting, right? There's tons of inefficiencies. So come up with a list. Now, when you're outreaching models, you now know in your head all the inefficiencies that this particular market segment is going to be dealing with, right? So you have more targeted outreach, right? Once you do that, the first message, you want to create social context and familiarity, right? Once you've created social context and familiarity and you've built some rapport and you're reaching out from a personal branded page, whether it's a model, whether it's yourself, I don't care, just make it good. Have an authority post, have a value post, and actually make the page good, and actually put some solid content out there, right? And have a clear call to action in your bio, right? So once you've done that, we're now gonna, again, the process is you create social context and familiarity, you bring out inefficiencies in the conversation, and then you educate to create curiosity and create authority and trust, right? Let me give you an example. Chatting, or let's just take content, right? Let's just say the problem that the model is dealing with is content, right? Let's just say she is making 1K a month, right? She's making $1,000 a month. So you're in her DMs, you've created some social context and familiarity, and you found out, and you've dug into a little bit of her inefficiencies, and you found out she's making 1K a month, right? That looks terrible, but she's making 1K a month, right? So model making 1K a month, right? You're in her DMs, you're at the point, you've dug some inefficiencies, you think that this is the main inefficiency. And the main inefficiency related to that is traffic, right? She can't get any traffic. She's probably got friends from school, she's put her link up on her Instagram and her Snapchat, and a couple of the creepy guys from school that want to see her bits have gone into sub to it, right? She can't get past it, she's stuck at 1K a month. How the fuck do I generate traffic? Well, that's where you educate her to create curiosity and create authority and trust, right? This is where you give her some education, right? It could be sending her a sales asset, right? So a sales asset could be something like a Loom video, right? A Loom video on creating content, okay? Boom. This whiteboard's terrible. I should get like a longer one, but here's what it is, right? So she's struggling with traffic, right? You've reached out to her with your opening message. You've dug into the inefficiencies. You've found out she's making 1K a month, and her struggle is traffic. So you could send her a sales asset. Maybe it's a Loom video that you've made, a 10-minute video that you've created on how to create better content, and you send it to her to educate her. Now, you don't want to show her everything. You want to give her the process, give her the framework, but you don't necessarily want to show her how to do it, right? Because that's where you create that curiosity. You're providing her a new insight, right? And so like, let's just say another example would just be to send her messages on, or send her messages on what she needs to be doing. Have you considered coming up with like 5 topics that you actually want to create content around and then testing them over a 6-week period? She's going to be like, oh no, I've never thought of that. Is that, yeah, that's what all the top girls in the industry do. And the girls that I work with, we do that for them. And it just makes such a big difference. I've worked with a few creators now, and when we do that process and we come up with 5 topic verticals that they actually want to work, that they actually want to create content around, and we actually turn them into influencers and not necessarily OnlyFans girls. They just happen to have an OnlyFans, right? Is that something you've ever considered? Like actually going down the more influencer route and creating more organic, viral content that has sexual elements, but you're not just putting all your bits out there online and turning into an OnlyFans girl. Oh, I've never considered that, but that sounds a lot more, that sounds like something I would like way prefer to do. Okay, cool, right? Now you've educated her, you've created some authority, you've built some curiosity. So now this is where you're gonna offer the value call, right? Remember, the key when you're doing outreach is you're not selling your service, you're selling the call. Never sell your service. Don't say, we're an agency, we can help you make an extra 10K a month. We can scale you to 100K. Look at all the models we've worked with. Oh, look at my results. Oh, look at my screenshots I stole from Dilno FM. Ha ha ha. Stop, okay? Stop, right? You're selling the call, not the service. The only way you can sell a call, you have to think, it's a lot of friction for a model to firstly reply to your DM, which is why you need to create social context and familiarity, right? Each message needs to be tailored, right? It needs to be off an account where the profile's optimized, right? And it's not necessarily anything to do with an agency, right? Agencies are dead. Stop fucking using the word agency, management agency, all this bullshit. So boom, you've reached out to her. You've created that social context and familiarity, right? You have brought out those inefficiencies, and you found out that she's struggling with traffic and she's making 1K a month, right? Okay, cool. Then you educate to create curiosity and create authority and trust. Boom. Now she sees you as an authority. Now she trusts you, and she's also curious because you've given her a new insight around a problem that she had, and you've solved it, but not solved it for her to where she still has to go and implement it and still has to do a bunch of stuff, and she might not know exactly what to do, but she knows she needs to do it, right? But she doesn't know how to do it. So that's when you go, oh, let's just say the insight you provided her was around creating a 6-week roadmap, coming up with 5 verticals and testing those verticals and blah, blah, blah. Let's just say that's the insight and she wants to do that. That was a pain point. You've solved it. Now what you do is you go for the call. You offer the value call, right? You're selling the call. You would position her of something like, you know, if you would you be free for a quick 15-minute chat? And I can actually show you how we actually go about implementing X process, wherever the process is. Like I said, if traffic is the issue and you want to do and you educate her around the 6-week roadmap, you can say, you know, if you're free for a quick 15-minute chat, I can actually show you how we go about implementing the 6-week roadmap for some of the creators we work with, which is going to solve your traffic issue, right? And so, you know, would that be something you're interested in? Yes. Okay, cool. Mind if I send my calendar? Boom, yes, boom, boom, boom. Send the calendar, right? Wait for her to say yeah about sending the calendar. Boom, you send the calendar, and then you always want to say, let me know if you can't find the time. Not can, not let me know once you've booked. Let me know if you can't find the time. Because if she goes on there and she can't find the time, she might just swipe off and too much effort, too much friction, it can't be asked. If you say, let me know if you can't find the time, she will likely tell you if she can't find the time, and then you make it work, right? That is like the framework, right? So what are inefficiencies? People, you might be asking that question. What are inefficiencies, right? Now, inefficiencies, and I would recommend coming up with a list of inefficiencies, right? Inefficiencies can be outdated systems and processes that your market is leveraging to attain its main goal, right? Inefficiencies are keeping them from attaining their goal first. Inefficiencies can be knowledge gaps that your market has, right? For an example, that was a knowledge gap inefficiency. She is stuck on traffic and she doesn't know how to generate traffic, and so you explain to her an organic marketing play, which is just a knowledge gap that she didn't know, right? That's an inefficiency, right? And so inefficiencies is anything that is keeping and I've got notes, which is why I'm looking, and I don't know why I'm even using this whiteboard. I just thought it would look cool. I'm not exactly a writer. It is what it is, right? But inefficiencies can be anything that you know is standing in the way of your prospects and their desired goal/state, right? So if she wants to make 10K a month and she can't generate traffic, well, there's something that's blocking her from getting to 10K a month, and one of those traffic methods could be organic content. So you educate her around that, and then you offer the value call, right? That is literally like the simplest way to do outreach. Now, there's tons of different things I could go into on outreach, but it's going to take a ton of time. And so if you want to see a more in-depth video where I actually break down each individual inefficiency, the market segments, the actual messages, frameworks themselves, how you even hire this out to people and growth specialists, and how you hire appointment setters, how you train them, all of that side of things, then I'm going to make a more in-depth training in the Skool community. So it's $97 a month, and it's going to fix any outreach problem that you have. But this just gives you a good understanding of why cold outreach can work if you have all the things ticked off: profile optimization, attractive character, mass movement. You know how to find inefficiencies. You know what market segment you're going after. You know how to create social context and familiarity, right? You know how to educate and create curiosity and create authority and trust and educate the prospect. And you know how to sell the call, not the service. Sell the call, not the service, right? And so, yeah, if you want me to get into the call framework and how we do the discovery calls and then close them and how we do this, right? Then let me know, and maybe I'll make a more in-depth YouTube video, or I'll add it to the Skool community. But if you haven't already joined the Skool community, it's a no-brainer. You literally get weekly calls with me for $97 a month for the entire month of February, plus access to my old Inner Circle program, which I don't sell anymore because I don't sell courses or programs anymore, other than this Skool community, which is $97. And so my old Inner Circle program's in there, which used to cost $5,000. Our chatting program's in there. It's insane. It's literally insane. Like, I wouldn't be pushing this so hard if I didn't think you'd get genuine value. And if you don't get genuine value, please drop me a DM. I will give you your fucking money back. I don't want it if you don't find genuine value, right? And so if you don't think weekly calls with me for the month of February is worth $97, then unsubscribe to my YouTube channel. That being said, agency pages are dead. I didn't write on this whiteboard the entire time. And yeah, other than that, call her a day. Peace.